Welcome to the Tech universe. We have a bunch of characters here who are weird and wonderful. So we'll start off with Sean, who's playing Gumback. Would you like to describe your character for us?
Okay, Gumback is a mutant with completely useless powers, and he is also a guy with multiple personalities, four of them. So whenever AJ says that it's appropriate for a personality switch, I roll a 1d4 and my personality switch. I'm a very crazy gung-ho guy, although I have no combat ability whatsoever. And I just like spout out complete nerdy nonsense. I'm like a American Thai college dropout dude with purple hair and a crazy costume and a big like wrestling belt and like a big jacket, and I'm super skinny. And I'm just gonna be completely obnoxious and crazy. So yeah, and also one of my abilities is that I have gum control, so I'm like the ultimate gum chewer. So, and I have always a comeback line. That's why it's gumback. And when I walk past electrical devices, they get quirky and weird. So this is completely useless character, really. So he would survive not 1 millisecond in the Rift's universe. That's all I'm gonna say. In any
Yeah, yeah.
universe, in the real
Yes.
world, he wouldn't survive. So
Okay, Robert. Robert Oger, would you like to describe your character, Super Bacon Cheeseburger?
Yeah, super bacon cheeseburger man. He works at a fast food restaurant, and he fights crime. Yeah, and he has let's see, he has his super abilities are he is unusually highly sensitive to coffee, tea, and energy drinks. He regenerates, but only from the inside, so he has lots of really horrible scars. He can eat anything that's non-toxic. He's extremely clumsy, and he has a utility belt with 5-hour energy drink shots, two spatulas, year-old fries and chicken nuggets, salt and pepper packets, ketchup and mustard packets, butcher knife, some old fryer grease, and a burger-shaped shield on his back. And he's ready for action.
Nice. Rob, would you like to describe your character, Bearded Justice?
Yeah, Bearded Justice. He's a guy with a big beard. He uses it to fight crime, to waylay his enemies, and even to bind them if needed. He also has the ability to survive any fall that he doesn't like testing out, but it seems to keep working for him. He can make any malfunctioning equipment work as long as he thumps it right the right place. And also, despite his superhero costume being pieced together secondhand football equipment, he always looks very styling, no matter what.
Excellent. Cool. Mitchell, would you like to describe Mr. Diddles?
Yes, I am playing Mr. Diddles. I have a special ability where I inherited a super suit from the previous person, the Diddler. It is basically I am wearing a pair of boxers that are pure white with red hearts on them. It looks like I took 2 oranges and a cucumber and stuffed them down the front of my pants. And I'm wearing a brown paper bag over my head with 2 holes cut out so that it conceals my secret identity. 2 watches are on my wrist so I can always tell what time it is, but they don't have numbers on them. Each watch just says diddle all over. It's always diddling time. I I can go into my background, but nah, it's good.
That's great. Okay. Chippy, we haven't got your banner set up yet, but would you like to describe your character? Oh, you need to unmute your mic
Yeah.
first. Yeah, okay.
My character's name is En Passant. He is a living mannequin. His abilities include being able to survive underwater, even though he's plastic, for about 5 minutes before he has to float back up to the surface. He can change his form and create orifices out of his plastic. And he also has an inflated ego that makes people believe he's more powerful than he actually is. And that tends to intimidate people.
Excellent. And he has all the powers and abilities of a real mannequin.
Yes, all the powers and abilities of a real mannequin.
That's awesome. Andrew, would you like to describe Possum Man for us?
Sure. Possum Man was born a mutant. He has 3 times the size of normal human ears. He also has some pretty pathetic-looking claws that grew out of his hand. He has mastered the use of his mutant powers to perfectly feign death and fool his opponents into thinking he's passed away, at which time he will spring up and attack them with opportunity. By day, he works at a movie theater where he has way too much time on his hands and watches every action movie he can.
Excellent. Okay, so we start this adventure in the wonderful day in the city, our city, the city that we love. And you have answered a ad in the local paper for superhero tryouts because the Tick is sick and tired of working with Arthur, who is
superhero audition in the universe.
Yeah, that's right.
In the multiverse. There we go.
Yeah. So the Tick has summoned you to Municipal Park, where you are to take place in superhero tryouts. He's there with a couple of his buddies, and they're just going to be interviewing you and putting you through your paces. He hasn't really described. And you arrive on the scene in whatever modes of transport that you have, taxi or on foot or bicycle. You see that a picnic table has been set up with a cloth over it, with some chairs which is partially sunk into the loamy soil behind them. In the Tick's case, almost completely. So he's sitting almost at eye level with Arthur, which is unusual. So you basically see these very wide shoulders sitting there. And they're all in full costume, and they have some lemon juice in front of them and a little thing and some extra cups, and they are wearing name tags. They have little bits of paper and a pen on the things that you can wear name tags to.
Okay, out of character, I arrive in a giant pink limo. I have $1,000. How much did that set me back?
That was $100.
$100. Okay. So and I come with 2 very attractive ladies as my entourage. I don't know how much that set me back, but so.
They're immediately intercepted by Deflator Mouse, who's very curious about their hairstyles, their clothing, where they bought it, what are they doing later, what sort of coffee they like, etc.
I start playing my smartphone, like music loud, right? I'm playing "Oops Upside Your Head" from Snap, right? This is and I'm saying like "Oops upside your head," like "Oops upside your head." Everybody say "Oh." Then I take out a can of generic. This is not Coke. This is like a pink generic. It's just gonna be called a drink. There we go. It's just pink drink. That's what it is.
Drink across the label. Nice. The Deflator Mouse. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Deflator Mouse give the thumbs up symbol to the Tick and Arthur, and Arthur is like, you're okay in his book so far.
Yeah. Deflator Mouse is already a good guy.
Yeah, you're his kind of people. Okay.
I probably would be really cheap and basically jump over and run the whole way because I have insane speed, and every time I jump over something, I'm just going parkour. Every time parkour.
Nice.
Most of the doors just kind of spinning around like.
I'm just picturing.
Diddles has arrived.
He comes flipping down off a balcony or something, and he's dangling there, ready, and somebody's opening up their window first thing in the morning, and all they've got is this his crotch right in front of their face,
which looks like 2 oranges and a cucumber.
He flips down onto the road and jumps over, arrives skidding onto the scene with his dressing gown flying around. Nice.
I pull up in my old Datsun, shooting smoke out the back. Step up. Hey guys, is this the tryout?
Shut up, nerd. This is here for real celebrities. Superhero celebrity right here.
Hey,
And
sure.
as I start listening to my my Spotify playlist of really shitty one-hit wonder songs, it starts like to crack up, like, and it's
Excuse me, sir. I think you forgot your pants.
and I'm like, "What you talking about? This is my pants. This is all the pants I will ever need."
Well, so we think I said.
So you guys are alerted by the wafting smell of the sewers leaking around the corner, and you realise that if you get too close to that smell, it could have a debilitating effect on your nervous system. As sewer urchin
Somebody
comes,
to change that baby shit.
And I like, oh, cheeseburger, was that you? Disgusting.
so sewer urchin comes around the corner. He goes, "Oh, sorry about the time. I'm very late. Lots of busyness."
Right.
Nice. Okay, Rob, how does your character arrive on the scene?
He would come swinging down from the nearest building with his beard spun around a street light and swing in Indiana Jones style and land with both fists on his hips, proudly displaying his beard emblem across his chest. Say, "I see I have arrived on time."
And I go up to him and say, "Are you from that Duck Hunter reality show?"
The tick sort of sits up in his seat and goes, "Ooh, beard!"
And my
Mitchell
mind is ready.
is done.
And
Chippe,
chewing
how
gum,
does
of course, constantly.
yeah, Chippe, how does En Passant arrive on the scene?
En Passant decided to show off his ability early, so he snuck in from the back and disguised himself. By disguising myself, I mean, like, just changed my orifices to kind of look remotely like it. No. To change his face to look like a white plastic version of Arthur, and then just try to sit down next to Arthur with a chair that I brought myself. And it just looks like a white plastic Arthur with a mannequin suit, and I'm just sitting there right next to him, then kind of froze, and just kind of staring at the tick. I'm assuming they're sitting next to each other.
Yeah, they are. Tick is completely focused on the beard and paying attention to nothing else. Deflated Mouse is still chatting with the two women that came with Gumback. And Arthur is like waving to Sewer Urchin and saying, "Come on, sit next to it." And then he turns around and looks at you and goes, "Ah!"
And I'm just frozen, just smiling, just a version of Arthur.
I flip in my a piece of gum, like, perfectly, just flip it in and like into my mouth, and then I start like flipping gum to everybody, and it's like, and they seem to, even if they don't want to, they just catch it accidentally, and
Nice.
I start chewing it really obnoxiously, like making like bubbles and stuff.
I'm like frozen, solid, smiling, and the gum just flies straight into my throat, and then you just see like the amorphous plastic like waving, and then it just swallows, and you have no idea where it goes.
Does anybody know
into the
where
void.
Slide Gum goes? I don't know. Andrew, how does your character arrive on the scene? Possum Man.
Man, he shows up riding on a Segway, and he's gonna zip that thing right by everybody and just kind of look at you and be like, "Don't look like you're not impressed, guys." And I'm going to hit the bike rack that I was trying to pull up to.
Excellent. Yes, slightly offset around the corner.
I flip him a gum too, and I flip it into where it's like also goes right into his mouth. It's quite obnoxiously disgusting tasting. So
The possum still chews it.
Excellent. Okay, so you come around the corner and you're all assembled basically in a rough group there. Aside from En Passant, who's still sitting in the chair.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
That's right. And so the tick then stands up with the crumpling sound of the chair underneath him. He pays no attention to it whatsoever. And Arthur is like noting down his expenses. And he says, "Welcome, everyone. This is a superhero tryout because I'm looking for people to defend this city which is an event you guys have heard nothing about. What was that?
Was it me, or did you cut out for a little bit there?
Yeah, you cut out, you broke up, and then it was a lag spike.
Sorry about that.
Superhero tryout, and then it was like...
So, welcome everyone to the superhero tryouts for a new team to defend our beloved city after the unfortunate demise of the civic-minded Five. Stalwart heroes, they will never be forgotten. Everybody has no idea what happened to the civic-minded Five. That includes the Four-Legged Man, Carpet Guy, Jungle Jane, Feral Boy, and Mucilage Man. No reports of them missing or death or whatever happened to them. But apparently it just happened, and the tickers decided that they need another civic-minded Five. And he's looking around and he says, "There's one too many. There's more than 5 of you here, so there may be an elimination today." And Arthur's like, "They could be 6. Civic-minded 6? I suppose so. Anyway, begin."
Civic-minded 6.
Deflated Mouse gives you a high five.
I high five back. I give him a gum.
He's like, looks at it, takes a chew, thumbs up. So it's a beautiful day in the city, as I said. It's bright and shiny, sunny. Bypasses in the park are paying very little attention to you, actually. You've got people going past, somebody's walking a dog. There's a couple of kids, somebody bounces a ball and it bounces around in front of you. They appear to be fairly blasé about this sort of activity. They've seen superheroes before. And the tick says, "Right, sewer urchin, what have you got planned for them?" Nothing. I didn't get the schedule. Was there, what am I supposed to do? And Arthur's like, "You didn't get the schedule? But we posted it to your address." It's like, I just sort of pick up mail that floats through the drains. But I guess I could take them on a tour of something. It's like Arthur stands up and goes, "Well, we don't really have much to show you per se, since we don't have a superhero hangout or anything, but we could go to the diner, I suppose, and discuss what's involved in being a superhero." And the tick's like, "Or you could show us what you can do."
I'm starving.
I start playing Together
To
Forever.
respond as he stands there expectantly with his arms folded across a prodigious chest.
I start flexing in front of him. Should I roll to impress? I have like a massive bonus to that.
Absolutely.
I put down my laptop and I quickly search out the YouTube video for Rick Ashley Together Forever, and I use my dancing skills. Yes, because I got dancing skills. 56%, yeah. And I get 9, so I totally like perfect it. I'm like dancing it and singing it. So together forever and never apart. I look like
Nice.
a dork.
Did I roll
While
to
chewing
impress?
chewing gum, of course. I'm chewing it constantly. So
Yeah.
Freaking dumb.
What did you get for your impressed roll there, Mitchell?
I wasn't given the okay to roll for it.
Oh, yeah, no, roll away.
Yeah. I have to roll within a 70. And, see, that's a 4. 24, I make it.
Oh, yeah, very impressive. Yeah, they're all nodding.
I can make each
appreciatively.
tab bounce individually.
They're just automatically impressed with En Passant, and they're less than impressed with Possum Man, of course. It's like, and Super Bacon Cheeseburger, they're fairly impressed with him because he at least showed up with like a cape and stuff.
So I start juggling my spatulas, and with my clumsiness, I accidentally drop one and smash myself in the face with it. Ouch!
That's great.
Don't
But
worry.
actually, yeah,
I like
it's fairly good though. As you drop the thing and it smashes in your face, through sheer luck, you manage to avoid this flying white object, and that comes through. It looks like a cloud of doves that come through the park, and like a cloud of doves, but very weird looking. So what happens is they start to fly into the faces of innocent bystanders in the park around you, who then slap their hands to their faces, shriek in a muffled sort of manner, and then fall to the ground and start thrashing around. So it manages to get deflected by the thing which smacks into your face, and everybody else. I'm going to roll to strike at you with these things.
I meant to do that.
If any of you have any sort of dumb luck abilities, or can explain why there's no possible way something can stick to your face right now, Bearded Justice, I'm going to give you a bonus because of your immense beard.
I have an armor rating, if that helps.
If it's something electrical, I will give it quirks.
Okay, that might actually play a factor.
I'm a mannequin.
So instead of
are
a dove stick,
I can
you'll
remove
get-
orifices if needed.
Yeah, you're currently unsort of animated right now, so they don't target you because you don't register as a living thing. Gumback, you managed to have one of them flap onto your face, but it goes fritz, and basically can't get a grip on you. So you actually managed to capture one of these things by just basically grabbing it and taking it off your face.
So what is it? Is it like white, squishy, right?
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Bearded Justice,
I've
no,
already-
it doesn't manage to latch onto your beard at all, and it gets caught up in your beard, in fact, and you've managed to capture one as well. Super Bacon Cheeseburger.
You cut out
Thank
again,
you.
AJ.
Oh, sorry.
Spike again.
So
Super bacon cheeseburger.
Super Bacon Cheeseburger is deflected off him. Possum Man, it latches onto your face firmly, as well as Mr. Diddles, and you are now wearing a white skull mask, like a skull and crossbones.
I already have a
Possum
mask.
Man, that's-
It's a paper bag. I mean, just stick them in the bag now.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's now latched onto the paper bag and trying to adhere firmly to the paper bag. So if you can rip the paper bag off, it will actually work. But that would, of course, compromise your secret identity. Possum Man is the only one who's really got a firm grip from this thing.
Possum Man uses his power to hold his breath for 5 minutes and flops over dead.
Okay, everybody kind of freaks out about this. Deflator Mouse pulls out his cell phone as one of the things, latches onto him immediately, and he goes down. Somebody thinks he was trying to call 911.
How is the white thing like squishy?
It's like a flexible rubber mask with hard, lumpy bits inside it that has latched on and gripped, kind of like, you know, one of those egg layers from the Alien. And everybody in the park has been laid out with one of these things. And the Tick also has one of these things which is latched onto his face, and he's pulling against it mightily, but the thing just won't break. And then he goes down and he starts to pass out through lack of oxygen or overexertion or something.
Oh,
He's struggling with it, and things are going through fences and stuff.
I throw it away and I said, "That's not my style. Don't mess with my style." And I continue to dance and sing. Let me roll for dance. And that's a 0-0, so it's 100. So I completely failed that.
Yeah, you actually you trip
Singing,
over the
singing.
mask, which
failed
latches
to
onto your
sing,
foot.
There we go.
Spinning
I
around.
attempt to chew it off using my chewing gum abilities. I'm trying to chew it off.
Great. You now have a ball of mask and chewing gum on your foot, which will adhere slightly and impede your progress, but otherwise is fine. No damage inflicted.
Can I wanna use my computer programming skills to write a program to give me the answer of how to get this thing off. So let me write. I got 55%.
We'll get back to you in a minute, Sean. Okay. So Possum Man, you flop onto the ground, and this thing is actually feels like it would be restricting your airflow, and you feel an unusual acrid taste in your mouth from a gas which you're not breathing in. And the thing sort of registers that you are in the state of death and loosens up. And you've freed yourself from the mask. Unfortunately, Arthur and the Tick have both been pretty much taken out by these things and are on the ground flopping around. The Tick has backed up through a fence, gone into and he's been hit by a bus and has been carried off, seen somewhat. So you're left with Deflator Mouse and Arthur both on the ground, and oh yeah, the sewer urchin. It sort of sticks to the sewer urchin and then just sort of peels off a layer of grime off his face. So you realise that underneath his usual appearance, he's actually fairly attractive, which is quite strange.
AJ, is there a store nearby?
Yes, there are many stores. What store would you like to be there?
I would like to walk into a store, preferably a produce store, buy an orange, and when I'm given a paper bag, I just walk into their bathrooms and switch out the paper bag.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So did you peel off the paper bag with the mask on it before you went into the produce store?
No, then people wouldn't know my secret identity.
Okay, so I'm gonna get you to roll a saving throw.
Okay.
This is versus non-lethal toxins. So you got I think that's a 10. Yeah.
All right. Yes, I have plus 10. And I rolled a 6, so I got 16.
Okay. I believe that's sufficient. I could be wrong.
This is so not diddling.
No, it is not.
My character says, well, this is one sticky situation.
Yep.
Possum Man is just thinking, point one for the possum.
What? Sorry.
16 or better, yeah, that's sufficient. Okay. So you managed to fight off what feels to be a narcotic of some kind, a potent narcotic, which has an acrid, nasty taste. Pull it off.
Man, I wonder what the straight name for this was. Ugh.
Yeah. Have a munch on a banana, put the new mask on, pop out, looking good as new. Okay, so that is the situation. How would you guys like to respond to this?
I want to hasten over to... Oh, sorry, go ahead, John.
Oh no, just quickly, I'm still trying to write a program how to take this off my foot the right way through chewing.
Have you got like a smartphone or something that you're using for programming?
I have a laptop and I have a smartphone, so
You've got a laptop on you?
Yeah, I've got a laptop. It's really fancy. I spent like a ton of money. I rolled 59 and I got 55 in computer programming, so it fails. But I'm listening to Never Gonna Give You Up, and it's like all glitchy and stuff. So.
It's rickrolling you. I like it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder what the point of you having like electronic devices and a power that glitches electronics at the same time.
Can I try and rip it off of Gumback's face?
You may.
It's on his foot.
Oh, his foot. His foot.
Oh, it's just right, not his foot.
We've also got a whole heap of bystanders who are rolling around on the ground. There's a lady with a poodle which has got a mask on its face too.
Is she hot?
No, she's an old lady.
I want to hasten over to Arthur and tell him to hold his breath and summon my flies on the mask and try to make him look like he's dead.
Okay. You notice that through the round eye slots of the skull mask, and through his opaque, his own eye coverings himself. And he's going. he's heavily dosed with something. The two hot chicks that came with Gumbag are also on the ground, going, and they start to like sit up.
Mr. Diddles to the rescue!
For Mr. Diddles.
Yeah.
This is getting interesting.
It sure is.
Off to save the hot chicks.
Okay, so you immediately cluster around the hot chicks. Civic-minded
Hey
six to
there.
the rescue.
Hey there, baby. Let me give you a hand.
Okay.
Bearded Justice would stride forward and say, "Fear not, citizen. Bearded Justice will lay the bearded beat down on these flying fiends."
Excellent.
You kill him.
You're going to get a hero bonus on your next roll for that one.
Mannequin, just don't stand there.
Awesome, man. Quit laying around.
Is Arthur still on the ground?
He is, yeah. He's got Mr. Diddles just sort of briefly. Oh no, it was Possum Man briefly hovered over top of him and then sort of backed away slightly, quirking his largely eared head. And Arthur has sat up, sort of jackknifed in the middle and sat up.
I would like to try to disguise myself once again as Arthur by reproducing his orify and facial shape on my plastic, and
Yep.
then see if I could roll disguise to convince the thing to try to go after me, and then swallow him whole with a giant mouth that comes out of my plastic.
Okay.
What is disguise? 35. I got 32.
The mask is firmly latched onto him, and it's following its programming and cannot disengage of its own free will. Not only that, but again, you're completely immune because you don't register on whatever senses they pick up for a life form, having no body temperature or smell or anything. So yeah, unsuccessful, but a good idea.
I just kind of looked up in the air and I said, "Well, at least they recognize not to mess with en passant."
Nice. So the mannequin speaks, everyone. He's got a kind of strange voice too.
So we've got two hot chicks and an old lady and Arthur on the ground.
Yep, the ticker's gone. Sewer urchin is okay. He's standing there going, What's going on? And you've got, basically the old lady and the poodle. Let's not forget the poodle.
I'm trying to put in chew a lot of gum, and I want to use like a big glob of gum to stick the white mask to the floor and then yank it off my leg, while I'm still chewing extra gum. And let's see how good I'm singing. Because first I will also at the same time will program an auto-tune program that will add to my singing ability, and I roll a 25 for the auto-tune program, and I roll a 12 for the singing. So it is, getting there. So
it's slightly better, yeah. You managed very easily to get the gum off your foot. The mannequin is stuck too because you have your gum powers. The mannequin, the mask is stuck to the gum as you pull it off, so you get to see the underside of this thing, and you see it's laced with a fine tracery of electronics and sensors, and it has little reservoirs of gas in the cheek pockets of this thing, with little spouts which are obviously supposed to feed into the airways of whoever. So this thing is in fact a mechanism of some kind, mass-produced in large quantities, and you can see that there are flocks of them flying through the air and zeroing down on the poor citizens of the city. People are now starting to slowly get up, zombie-like fashion, with the mask attached to their face, and you can hear a tweeting sound coming from the masks. If any of you have a mask with you that you've grabbed, you can listen in, and it's basically telling them to follow their nose.
I
I want to
shout
run
out,
up to.
no, zombies, and I kick one in the face as it's trying to get up.
I want to write a program to find the frequency of the masks, and then what I want to do is I want to have it so connect my computer with a strand of chewing gum to one of the masks, so it transmits. Never gonna give you up. And instead of the message, it
I'm
tries
going
to.
to okay the first part of that, but not the second. The second's rather complicated. But I'll give you a good 5 minutes. It's going to take you to try and hack into the signal here.
I'm gonna try some stupid shit. You just tell me. By the
Yeah.
way, anytime you feel like personality switch, just say it. Okay, I rolled
Absolutely.
39 for the program to listen in on the
Oh,
frequency.
that's pretty good. Okay, so it's going to take you 5 minutes to jury rig a little receiver thingy.
Yep.
You have to download an app, and then.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna run over to Arthur and take out my squirt bottle of old cooking grease, squirt it inside the mask, and use my spatula to try to pry it off.
Okay. Oh wow, that's wildly successful. Okay. So the cooking oil breaks the electronic bond. Nothing can withstand that kind of toxic residue, apart from possibly silver. And you can easily scrape it off him with the spatula, and he's like, he's still standing there with like swirly. So the drug is still like seriously messing him up for a good 10-15 minutes or so from now. But you can lead him around okay. He just seems completely stupefied. Meanwhile, the poodle and the old lady and various others in the park have started marching in a certain direction, which is heading to the centre of the city. And Sewer Urchin is looking around, wondering what the hell to do.
I would like to ask if there is an audience watching this.
I have no idea. Oh, you mean like in game or in real life?
In the actual game, not in real life.
Oh no,
Like, there are people actually watching us struggle.
No, pretty much everybody in the city has been targeted by these things. So you're like one of the few people who are not currently masked.
Dang it! Like I like
you
to
look-
perform in front of an audience.
As you look out upon the street, you see that the skull face thingy is not the only mask design there is. There's also clown, pumpkin, a couple of presidents, werewolf, zombie, and a few other classic Halloween masks, which are now marching zombie-like towards the center of the city.
I start playing. What is it? Thriller. Let me see. I dance with them in zombie style, as I'm still programming and dancing.
Yeah,
See how
this
good I'm
is
doing?
getting technically difficult.
No, I'm not playing right. 88 failed dancing, singing. I'm horrible at the singing too. So.
I'm gonna need my.
I'm chewing gum. This is how I'm typing, right?
Yep. Nice. Okay, so those of you who've got a mask which isn't attached to your face, it's starting to self-destruct itself by burning out its circuits. It looks like they've got a safety mechanism here to avoid being misused. Meanwhile, Sewer Urchin stands and looks at you guys like he's expecting you to come up with some sort of solution.
Mr. Diddles will not find this funny. Mr. Diddles needs an audience and some hot chicks. We can finish that later.
Right. So you see a mounted policeman go past, still mounted on his horse. The horse has a mask on as well, and they are both trotting in the general direction of the center of the city.
Is there
Okay,
any
thank you.
chance?
That's funny.
There's no.
En passant would like to use his pickpocket skill to take the gun of the police officer, just in
Oh,
case.
sure. Yeah, there's no problem.
No problem?
You
Okay.
don't even need to roll for it. Yeah, he's completely stupefied.
Okay. Because I'm a mannequin, so I'm just quietly roaming around looking for different things I can take from people and just shoving it in my body,
Yeah.
looking for
Okay.
anything that's helpful.
So you've acquired a Glock and a clip. I believe American police have got Glock pistols or some such.
Yeah, 9mm Glock.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so, yeah. That's the standard.
That's standard.
I want to turn to Super Bacon Cheeseburger and say, Super Bacon Cheeseburger, I could use your spatula of justice. Come, let us demask as many as possible.
Let's go.
And I look at them. Wait one second, dudes. I got an idea. Spatula plus, and I take out of my mouth like a big glob of chewing gum, and then I take the spatula and I just stick it on. Extra adhesiveness. Stick around, and I give it to him back, and I continue to do.
So that's slightly disgusting.
But it's effective.
What are you doing?
That's what she said.
This is disgusting.
Quickly, to the segue.
So we know that Super Bacon Cheeseburger, your cooking oil is highly effective against the masks. So if you want to free any bystanders along the way as you do whatever you do, that's just like side activities that you can just like squirt it on their faces and the mask fritz out and they get up. They will have slight burn damage and really bad acne outbreaks afterwards, but aside from that, they'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run along and squirt people in the face with my. I have two of them. I have two bottles like
That
just full
doesn't
of grease.
sound strong at all.
I'm going to drive the Segway and try to get him to double mount it with me.
Nice. Okay. So you'll pile onto the Segway.
I don't know if is my program done yet.
Yeah. So you now have a little
Right.
on your screen, which is pointing directly to the center of the city where they're all wandering.
Okay. What I do now, I will download the app to my smartphone and pack my laptop away, but my smartphone is still playing music. Now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to like chew my chewing gums away so I can like spit it out at one of the masks in kind of a Spider-Man style.
Oh yeah.
Like, yank off the mask, you know, like. Well, it's gonna be. I don't know if I have to roll something for this, but yeah.
It's not highly effective because the mask is firmly attached to the face, but you do manage to drag a couple of bystanders along with you. That allows Super Bacon Cheeseburger to squirt them as you're on the way. So you're pulling them in Spider-Man style.
Yeah,
with
there we go.
These disgusting strands of slightly pinkish.
I got a question. Are we all piled on this Segway? Like just piled high?
You're all piled on the Segway, all standing like circus acrobat style.
Lean the way, I'm lean!
At this point... Oh, go ahead.
The thing is, like, you can hear the motor just whining and like a slight smoke coming out the bottom of it.
I can imagine en passant like going prone, like he just went completely frozen and he's like balanced on the hip on the top of whoever's stacked on everyone else.
There we go.
Like balancing sideways, and he's just going back and forth with the Segway as it rocks.
He looks highly fashionable, like Zoolander style. This is the way that you do it. Okay, so you make your way to the center of the city, and as you notice that some of the bystanders who are wandering zombie-like in front of you, wearing their various masks, have broken into warehouses and corner stores and things, and they're coming out with armloads of candy and soda drink.
I'm going to snack a bag of candy as we're driving by them.
Yep. Okay, you have candy.
I started also drinking some of the soda and take, but I carefully pick out only the chewing gum, you know, and also only that I find acceptable.
Okay.
Start pushing it in my mouth to get more ammo.
The special Mexican brand chewing gum that you love so much. Source of all your power.
Like super spicy.
Little does he know that, meanwhile, back in Mexico, outside the experimental nuclear reactor, they're getting rid of their nuclear waste inside of tiny amounts of nuclear waste inside of every pack of chewing gum. It's the perfect plan.
There we go.
No one will ever buy enough for this to have any sort of effect on them.
Why do you think He dances
almost
so well.
sounds like real life. There we go. Well,
cuts
well,
back to,
how well I
the
did.
guy obsessively piling this into his face. Slight
I'm
glow
rolling.
to his teeth.
Okay, I rolled a 52. Yeah, I got 56, so it's not that great, but it still works, I guess.
It's a pass. All right. So as you approach the center of the city, you can see that the throng of people is getting thicker and thicker, and the wafting smell of packaging from the and things underneath your feet, underneath the wheels of the Segway as you move forward from all the candy which is strewn across the street. The entire city's stock of candy is now concentrating into the center, and it is hefty. It's a hefty amount, this being America, ripe with candy goodness. So as you approach the center of the city, you notice that there is a large statue of Mayor Blank right in the center of the city. And that is slowly piling up with a large assortment of candy, which is somewhat crawling its way, like a magnetic sort of a static cling, as it's slowly covering the entire statue. And up on top of the statue, perched atop his head, is what looks to be a child who has a mask on, of course, and a little trick-or-treat basket, and what looks to be a ghost shroud costume.
Oh crap, we lost him again.
Going, yes, yes, more candy.
I'm going to vocalize to the rest of the people stacked on the Segway with me that I'm going to drive it into the statue and they might want to jump off.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to probably be on the top holding onto Passant, and I'm probably just going to kick right off. Nope.
He's gonna ride me like a surfboard, and like we bounce across the street.
Oh yeah, let's do that, man.
Nice. I should mention that your tuxedo will take slight tearing abrasive damage from this, but it will be okay.
But my power is that I never get dirty, so it will still be clean.
That's right. Yeah. You stand up and like you just adjust your tie, and it's all fine again.
I just go back and I'll be.
I'll hold my hand up.
Not even the
for a high
laws of physics can defy en passant.
Nice.
I'll hold my hand up for a high five.
I start playing the song "Jump" from the '80s, and I like jump from it, and then I like continue jumping for no reason in the song and dancing, of course. I gotta roll again, just quick for dancing. There we go. 10. So.
What was your roll?
I got a 10. I got 56 in dancing, so it's pretty
excellent. Good. So you managed to actually pirouette on a broken Twinkie.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, so you all jump off the speeding Segway, which picks up a remarkable velocity as the load that it's been accustomed to suddenly lightens and its overheated engine kicks into high gear. Best of luck. Please tell us what happens, Andrew.
I want to stay on it till the very last possible second and roll off of it and make it look like I take lethal damage, fatal damage from crashing it and feign death.
Excellent. So, luckily you're slightly flame retardant as the Segway, of course, explodes in a huge ball of fire from the non-existent gas tank. I guess it was friction burn damage, I don't know. The plastic of the Segway ignites wholly and spontaneously and explodes, catching up with the candy which is laden up on this thing. And of course it sets fire to all the sugar vapors. And a huge ball of fire explodes up around the statue, and the small figure of the child goes, "Wah!" and lands in a pile of candy. Gets up and sort of shakes it off, and his mask is slightly ajar, and he adjusts it with and you see these beady eyes staring at you with just like child tantrum hatred. You of course land, smoke and flames, somewhat licking off your superficially licking off you, looking dead as a doornail. A couple of flies.
I summon my flies around me.
Your arms and legs at unusual angles, artfully arranged. Nice.
That was
So, yeah.
awesome.
A true hero has fallen today. Meanwhile, sewer urchin, not to be forgotten, pops up out of a storm drain and starts like squirting lemon juice or something in the faces of people, and that's not very effective. So he he goes cheek and swings off on some sort of a rappel line, following the trail of the destruction that the tick is doing, because he's more concerned with what the tick is up to. So once again, you're completely on your own. But he witnessed that awesome display of power there, Possum Man.
Hmm.
You child, 1v1 IRL, bro.
What was that?
I'm a college kid, so I'm using some Call of Duty speak.
I start looking at the candy, and I start playing the song, "The Candyman can, the Candyman," and I start eating but I'm just selecting again only the chewing gum, as I'm chewing it. And now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to chew so much candy to make a huge bubble, in order to eventually trap the villain.
Aha. Okay. So the little kid raises his hands up, villain style again, with his twiggly fingers, and screeches out, "Minions! Stop you then!" And all of the townsfolk that are currently masked drop the candy in their hands. Some of them have got like rather large candy canes to bludgeon you with, and start marching towards you en masse. What do you do?
Are minions able to be intimidated?
No, they are mind controlled and heavily dosed.
Am I able to use the program that I made to follow the signal? Can I send a signal to the minions?
Yeah, you can try that. That's going to occupy you for a good 10 minutes or so.
Okay. And can I also at the same time put candy in my mouth and like blow a huge bubble, trying to capture as many of them as I can? Is that possible?
Probably not simultaneously, but you can give it a go. You can start stuffing chewing gum
Okay,
into
you know what I'll do now? I'll do first. Okay, I'll do just the bubble. I'm gonna just trying to make a huge enough bubble.
Okay.
To capture them all, and then I'll try to program as a second thing. So.
My head turns around 360 degrees and looks at Captain Bacon Cheeseburger.
Nice. Sean, as
okay,
sorry,
I was gonna ask.
Sorry, Sean, as the crowd and townsfolk start coming towards you, personality number 2 activates.
Ooh, okay. It's gonna be great.
Hey,
I am
AJ,
now Dr. Diabolicus. and I'm like, yes, this will be the greatest bubble of it, and it will engulf the entire world, and I will be the ruler of the world. No!
Oh shit!
That guy.
He's
try
going
and AJ, can I would probably be thinking Gumback is currently mind controlled. Can I trip him and try to use an ability to kind of superficially elbow drop him back into the original personality?
Yeah, you can give it a go. Shepard, did you have a plan? Sorry, I interrupted you before.
Yeah, I was gonna talk with Cheeseburger.
Super Bacon Cheeseburger, man.
Super Bacon Cheeseburger. I was gonna talk with Super Bacon Cheeseburger about trying to find a big fryer area, like in a fast food restaurant, so we can have him produce more of his grease to throw on people.
There is coincidentally a McDowell's right nearby. Burger Dowels, McKings.
Make generic brand that doesn't get so sued.
Coincidentally, right outside is a grease truck, which was there for its pickup, and so you can enact your great plan.
This is my house now.
So you guys are going to you'll have to fight your way through the encroaching crowd, the surrounding crowd of people to get to the grease truck, though.
Bearded Justice will be whipping his beard around like a whip, flicking at people's ankles to pull them off their feet and what have you, making a hole for his companions.
Excellent. Yep, no problem there. So you grabbed hold of I don't know, a big ball of candy, and you're like flinging it around, wrecking ball style. People are flying sideways. Excellent work.
So, what's your plan, Cappy? I mean,
I'm Prashant.
Prashant.
I have a background in electronics. I can rig up a nice shooter for you to produce your grease on. Never doubt. Passant.
That's all I say. Not really much of an explanation, but he seems to know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Did you have
there is
lots of
a
French fries where you're from? Go ahead.
there is a pumping mechanism which is connected up to the grease trap on the side of the building, and using your electronic skill, you can hopefully jury rig something to throw it into high gear reverse.
Want me to roll for that right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Just tell me what I can do my thing.
1?
1?
1.
On a D percentile, you get a 1? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, you succeed with flying colours. You now have a super-powered, highly accurate zapping grease gun that will shoot directly in the faces of anything you pointed at. It's fantastic. Mitchell, you can... Sorry?
Go ahead. I was just going to give it to Captain Bacon Cheeseburger.
Okay, excellent, because that's his forte.
I'll take that.
Nice. Okay, so you guys can start shooting bystanders. Bearded Justice is keeping them back, and you're basically hitting them with and making a highly effective team. Mitchell, you can now launch an attack against Dr. Diabolicus.
Yeah, all I want to do is...
Can I say one thing before you text me?
Mm-hmm.
Can we go through initiative to see if we
Yeah.
can attack?
Absolutely.
Okay, just for this situation here. Okay, I have a 9. I have no bonuses.
Okay.
Okay, I should...
You got a +1, Mr. Diddles.
Yes, I do. I rolled a 10, so I got an 11.
Excellent. So he gets to drop on you, literally.
Okay.
Okay, so roll an attack.
I do have a giant, chewing gum balloon in front of me. So, just saying.
I preemptively aborted it.
So what's your roll to hit, Mr. Diddles?
I got a 19 total.
Excellent.
What I'm trying to do is, what I wanted to do is kind of like do the rock thing, where I kind of knock him down, and I see all these people around me, and I wanted to use my my inspire and stuff just to get them to say 2 words. Can I roll for that?
No, they're completely unresponsive to outside stimuli, man. They're literally zombies right now.
Shit.
Okay, so you smack into him and do the power drop on his head, and I'm going to roll a percentile dice to see whether it actually triggers his personality change.
Well, at least I get to describe how I drop him.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Since I have the giant, gum balloon, wouldn't that, now explode onto him and at least hinder him and blind him?
He's got a really good strike on you, so he actually came in behind and clouded you on the back of the head.
Okay.
But as he was down, I'm gonna try and do that. I throw one of my hands up and forward. I snap off the first watch. I hold it up to my ear and I go, "What time is it?" Just crickets chirp. Y'all know fun. It's diddling time, and I chuck it up into the crowd like a wrestler, and I start running back and forth, kind of like bouncing off the ropes. And I stop right in front of Sean, spin around, throw up my elbow, and just doosh.
Sean, what's personality number 1?
Oh. Okay.
Oh God.
No, is that him now? Did he switch to him? It's it's a nerdy kid, a nerdy guy. But no, wait, no, he's not the nerdy guy. Wait, he's like just a normal dude, but he's kind of a broad dude, like just like a prep dude, like a very like. Well, you'll see how he is once I play.
Okay. So yeah, he
He's
clouts you on the
basically
back of the head. You snap out of the super villain persona, and you're back to your Yarbrough.
Okay. Before he does that, he like I curse at him. I let go of the balloon. It like explodes as he like just before that. I let go, and I know I'm gonna be hit. Just because I generated an insult, I want to say it. And he says, "Mortal, how dare you? May 22 leering strippers do complex equations on your beanbag." and then he smashes into me, and then suddenly I'm like, "Yeah, bruh, what's up, man? Why are you doing that, bruh? Come on, man. We gotta watch like Dawson's Creek and stuff, and like, yeah, it's like just some totally cool shit, man. You got like Ras, dude? Come on, you got like Ras, dude? Seriously, what is all this?
Excellent.
What is all this stuff? Whoa, I look totally lame, dude."
Meanwhile, the huge ball of gum is rolling off snowball style and picking up bystanders as it goes, and so you have this large pile of people which is now rumbling its way across, and it's going towards the kid with the masks on. It's like and goes running off to the side, and he gets on what looks like to be a superpowered scooter of some kind. But it's basically a plank, right, with like little squeaky wheels, like cart wheels and things, and shopping cart wheels, and some sort of engine on the back of it. And he jumps on there, and revs it up, ready to go. Meanwhile, the place is awash with used cooking oil. It's quite disgusting, and most of the people are sort of getting up and wiping their faces, going, "Ah!"
It's a freaking mess.
Sliding around and falling on each other. So you got the swirling mess of used cooking oil and Twinkies and
Gum.
yeah, Pez and Reese's Pieces and Reese's Cups.
Man, what the hell I've been smoking, dude? But Brad shouldn't give me that. I want to play some Far Cry 3. I really relate to that game, man. I really relate to that. I'm gonna listen to some Godsmack, man. Who the hell are you, dude? Man, you look totally lame. You don't look like cool. Play some Call of Duty.
So Super Bacon Cheeseburger, your pipe now goes spits out the last as it drains the last of the sump tank, and yeah, job done. Rack it back on the side of the truck.
Super size justice.
Excellent. Nice. Okay, so scene 2.
Do I hear the kid firing up this plank, AJ?
Oh yeah, you do.
I want to open one eye and enlarge it, like the possum has awoken, and jump up and try to tackle the little shit right off of the scooter.
Excellent. So make a surprise attack on him.
Hey, while you're doing that, I want to run inside and grab a bunch of kids' meals with toys.
Alright, that's a 17, AJ.
Oh, that's a hit. Okay, so you managed to pound into him. Let's roll some damage for a change.
Alright.
As you pile drive this kid. This totally.
Oh, do you add your physical strength modifier to a tackle?
You must
man. All right.
You can opt to
for some
pull.
hurting.
You can opt to pull the punch though, if you wish.
Oh, choices.
Or lessen the tackle somewhat.
All right, yeah, we're gonna need to do that because I have a plus 14 damage to it.
Oh shit. You could. Yeah.
I know those skills, bro.
Yeah, I want to pull that sucker then as much as I can.
Okay. So you strike to subdue, basically. Pound into him. Poof! Suddenly the possum comes out of nowhere and grabs him with its little claws, flips him off the thing. The cart goes, whoosh, explodes in a huge ball of flame. And yeah, you're standing there with your foot on top of this kid who's like KO'd on the ground. And all the masks around the city, like if they had little beeping diodes, would suddenly switch off and just flop, slowly peel off people's faces. Nice.
I look at Mr. Tittles and I'm saying, yeah, man, you friends with Joe? I got the munchies, man. We gotta get some good eats and some what is that? Some that Heineken stuff or something. Yeah, man. Like we should totally get
It's
into.
like, yeah, man, I know, Joe. Come on, let's go hit this place up after this whole place. Now, come on, everybody, stop bumping up.
I grab to my wallet. It's like, yeah, I get some money. Or we should go to Vegas or something. Vegas.
I reach into my drawers and I just like start fishing around in there. Pull out a 20. I think this will cover it.
That's a nice trick, dude.
Nice. So you guys are mopping up in the center of the city, somewhat literally. When Mayor Blank comes out of City Hall, right behind you, and he looks around somewhat confused as to what the hell's happened. And then, coincidentally, the bus, which is rearing out of control, which has got the ticks sort of plastered into the metal on the back of it, screeches to a halt. He goes flying across the scene, lands face first with a cracking of pavement, gets up, shakes his head, slightly fuzzy fuzzy bubbles coming off his head. Ugh. Comes to and then looks around and goes, "Past!" Well done.
Gosh.
The whole time, Gumback is in the back along with me, and we're just like getting high. We stole all the candy for ourselves.
Good stuff, bro. We should go to the fraternity house, to the frat house. Get some good friends there. To Alpha Omega Sepri 36 Alpha XXX, something like that. Let's go there. Got some good friends there.
What was that, Rob? I didn't quite hear you.
Bearded Justice just stands there with his hands on his hips and lets the wind blow through his glorious beard and his mane just proudly.
Excellent. So you're standing there with like the rest of them slightly behind you as we pan out from the city as the ticket's like nodding approval and handing you out the official superhero team passes so that you can get into the comic club. Excellent work. And the mayor says, "Yay, we're saved from something." Nice.
En passant, after receiving his certification, decides to just hide out just in case, so he's patrolling by going into the nearest store and the window and then freezing up. Just waiting there, watching.
Excellent.
For the city.
I'll just take it, roll it up, and shove it down into my boxers where it disappears somehow, like it's a bag of holding.
Great.
I tighten my foot on the kid that's laying on the ground and say, "Not going anywhere for a while." Grab a Snickers and throw a bar right in his face.
So he eats the Snickers and then suddenly calms down. Wow. I don't know what came over me, sir.
Take my foot off of him and help the lad up.
Nice.
Another job well done.
His name is Ricky Treats, by the way.
Honestly, AJ, I had half a thought with this kid of pulling an Indiana Jones when we saw him just pulling out the massive revolver from within my boxers and capping him in the head.
You can't shoot a kid. That would be uncool, man. This is prime time. Robert, what does Super Bacon Cheeseburger do to finish off?
Oh, he walks up and he throws grabs some of his fries, Would you like some fries with that? And throws it at him.
Very nice. He now has official sponsorship from Mick King's Dougals, who who featured prominently on the CCTV footage of this entire episode.
Oh, that's great.
Also,
I
all
won't
the
be stuck on the fryer anymore. I can ship burgers now.
Also, all the townsfolk have got really strange cravings for the rest of the month, and sales skyrocket.
I think that may have just been because we're spreading around the weed.
I use my computer to develop weaved flavored chewing gum, unless my personality changes. I don't know, who knows? And I've become a big hit in the fraternity. So.
Yeah, you've all got official sponsorship from what's that stuff? Acne treatment stuff.
Yeah. Damn it.
Proactive?
Proactive.
That'll work.
Yeah, Clearasil, Proactive, a couple of other competing brands. L'Oreal.
I get the munchies and I go to the Mac whatever, to the Mac Kings.
McKing-Dougall.
McKing-Dougall. And let's say, I don't know if Bacon Cheeseburger would be there behind, you know, he's working there, and I like, hey nerd, get me some burgers. I got the munchies, bro.
Yes, we're making cheeseburger hook up, bro.
I gotta bulk up, man. I gotta work out.
Would you like some fries with that? How about a diet soda?
Shut up, nerd. Come on, just do it.
Okay. So short but sweet, we'll round up the live broadcast there for tonight's episode of The Tick. Thank you very much for playing, guys. That was awesome fun.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So tune in next time, folks, for another episode of The Tick.